Now this is a little Hinoki Cypress. Okay, so as requested by Kate, here is the little bench overview. So starting out here, we have the small leaf or little leaf linden. This is the one that I actually picked up at Ray's as part of the nursery crawl. And actually Connor helped me pick this one out. So without him, I wouldn't have found it. This is a Hinoki Cypress. I did pick up at the nursery, just a regular nursery. I kind of like the shape on it. Thought the trunk looked like it could have some potential. So, right now, since I did pick it up in the fall on sale recently, I'm just gonna have it, sit here until the spring, where I can, repot it and maybe do some initial styling. Now, next up, this is one of the, let's say, first outdoor trees that I did, or I got or obtained. It's a urban yamadori or a yardadori. It's a common buckthorn, just actually dug from the corners of the garden. I really liked the shape of the trunk there. And I thought it had some potential. So I kind of cut it off. Well, first I dug it up, put it in this pot, a little bit oversized so it could grow still. And since it seemed to survive, so what I did was do a little trunk chop a little later, and this is what came out of the trunk chop. So of course, once again, we're gonna wait till spring before we do anything, but I'm just gonna let these grow wild, I do believe. Let them go a little crazy. But yeah, just, straight out of the garden. Pretty cool. Now this would actually be the first, outdoor hardy type tree that I purchased. This is a Japanese larch that I picked up in the spring. Same thing. Original plan was just to let it grow and survive. Could I keep it alive? And I actually have. I did do a little chop up here to try and make a new apex, a new leader. It's actually, everything's doing good. Now, maybe it's because it's a little bit colder here. It looks like it is starting to change colors a little bit, and especially this more recent green growth was really yellowing. But, it was super green, all summer and into the fall. So I was happy with that one. Now this baby, I'm not going to go too much into this. I'll probably do a whole video on this one. This is the Japanese maple that Zin gave to James and I, but really it's for James. It is the air layer that he did. So really, once again, put it into this little bit of a, oversized pot, and, just wanted it to survive. So far it has. Did do a little bit of a chop there off the top, but, for the most part, everything's good. It had just, the basic roots starting. I don't really have a front, or anything decided for sure. And, the real sort of interesting or funny part is because this tree, this was actually a branch, hanging off of a weeping, a weeping type maple. You can see that most of the leaves are actually upside down because the branch, was upside down. It was a branch, and now it's, as a little tree, it's upright. So I find that kind of amusing. this whole upside down. There's a few, I think, that are right side up already. Anyways, we'll see what happens with it. Once the leaves fall off and regrow, I'm hoping they'll come in right side up. Yeah, we'll go for there. This next one goes back to my roots. Back in the spring, when I decided, okay, I'm going to try this outdoor stuff, not just the indoors, the tropicals. And I found this guy, once again, growing actually between myself and the neighbors in the garden. This just, native maple. And I potted it up and it lived for a couple of months. So I did another trunk chop because everyone knows trunk chops are fun. And so once again, I'm just letting the new leader, which could actually be this one. I'm going to chop it down a little lower, make him the leader, or he's the leader, and this is the first branch. Haven't quite decided. All right, this baby. This is the sort of larch, native larch. It's Yamadori collected by David from the club. You've probably seen David's backyard on Nigel's David's backyard on Nigel's channel. David is a master, and he has amazing trees. He has so many that he was able to let myself and James get this one from him. So here it is. It doesn't have much going on yet. It has a little bit of guy wires in there somewhere. There we go. A little bit of guy wire going on. It's got a lot of good dead wood, and I believe that, as you can see here, David did start a little bit of a gin there. Looks like a little lime sulfur was on it because it's nice and white. But other than that, there's not much going on with this baby. Once again, just wanted it to see if I can keep it alive, and if it makes it through the winter, then we will repot it. This pot does have a big crack in it, which I knew. He did tell me that when I got it from him. I'm going to have to find a special pot for this baby. I love larches, so that's one of the reasons I rushed out to get this from David. All right. So up here on the top row, I have this Kone Aster. It is the pair of Kone Asters. There's two slightly different varieties of Kone Aster. I think this is the more common cranberry compared to my other one. And same thing, I definitely wanted to do clip and grow on this one. So I did a lot of clipping and a lot of clipping and a lot of clipping, and it has really back budded. You can see it all in there. That is all new. All those little bits in there. This is all new. Oh, look, it's one little berry. Didn't even know that was there. And I left this big branch as a sacrificial. I was in no rush to cut it off, so hopefully it'll help thicken up the trunk. Although the trunk is pretty thick compared to this, so I wanted the trunk to maybe get thicker compared to up here to get a little bit more taper. And since I haven't really been into the roots, I'm not sure exactly what we're going to find down there. So you haven't really picked a front per se. So other than totally getting rid of everything that was crossing and backwards, and any inverse taper, or multiple branches coming out of the same point, and branches growing out of the crotch. I just wanted to do that cleanup and set this little basics, and then of course in the spring we'll check out the roots, repot, and we'll do, pick a front and go from there. This is the Dwarf Alberta spruce. I picked this up for $5 at Lowe's. It was on sale, in the fall. So once again, haven't had it that long. And once again, I figured I would leave these little guys as sacrificial. I've not really been into the roots. I haven't picked a front for sure. I am leaning towards, where's my wire? I was leaning towards this-ish, I believe. Yeah, something like that. And I was going for sort of this big brother, little brother kind of effect. And I did put a little bit of wire and just brought some of the branches down so they're not weeping or anything, but just sort of more straight out. And I did do a bunch of clipping to try and create more of a, get that sort of triangular profile. And hopefully we'll get some ramification and it'll, take off in the spring. And same thing, pot it up into some proper bonsai soil and go from there. And another common theme on my bench, another pre-bonsai. This one is the Thuya Primo. So this one is also from Ray's Nursery. Connor was telling us about it, which is one of the reasons I picked it up. It really kind of has this hinoki cypress kind of feel and look. It's really just an adorable little tree, I think. It's really hard to see in there. So there's one of them for me and one of them for James. Or maybe this is mine and this is James. Doesn't matter. So we're gonna have sort of two different probably styles going on. Maybe I'll wire one, clip and grow on the other for comparison. So that should be a lot of fun. But going back to Thuya Primo, like I said, the sort of the look of the hinoki, but since it's a Thuya, it is really hardy, right? So that's a really good, cute little trees. They're as you can see, like they're so small, right? And just adorable. This is my lemon cypress. That's right, lemon cypress. Same thing, I picked this up just for a couple, like $3 or something, on sale here in the fall, so I haven't had it that long. Wanted to just, play around with wiring, so I did this quick little wiring job to put some movement into it. I did not do any pruning. I mean, other than like remove the branches that weren't part of the plan. I plan to, cut all these back and get more of the, that triangle shape. But for now, I just sort of left it for the winter. So that's that baby. And it's actually Bonsai Jay that I was chatting with about the lemon cypress. He really recommended it. And it's the same thing, just a cute little tree, and it smells amazing. So when you're pruning and chopping the branches off, you'll want to eat it. It's it's hard to explain. You really need to at least check one out in person. This just a common juniper. It was growing between the houses. I believe it's from my neighbor's big juniper. I believe some berries or a bird. It must have propagated it. And when I first got it, it was, growing by the fence, smaller than my hand, just a couple of inches. And so I threw it in here in this bigger pot so it could have room to grow. And once again, it's just been growing. I just put a real loose wire. I wanted to try and do this little slant on it initially. Just want it to grow, fatten up for now. Okay, over here we have a pair of boxwoods. So, after James and I went to visit Kem, one of the senior members of the club, who works with the new members to get them up to speed. He's the master of boxwoods. You've probably seen his place on Zin, maybe Bonsai's channel. And so we basically rushed right out, and luckily Lowe's, once again, had these on for I think $4 on sale. And so The first thing I did was over here was just chop this baby to all heck. I did put a little bit of wire just to kind of put these first two branches, at least for what I think is a little bit better of an angle. And you know, I chopped off everything that I thought was you know, overcrowded, going in the wrong direction, multiple branches out of the same spot, growing backwards. So this little guy, there we go. So once again, chopped them all down. We got this, maybe the new leader, and hopefully I do see a little bit of some back budding going on there. This one, no wire, pure clip and grow on this one, but something similar in that I chopped off all the straight and boring, and I just left this to go. That being said, since I haven't been into the roots, I'm not sure what this one is. Is it sort of like a ground layer, or a sucker that's come up and it's almost its own little tree? So when I dug down a little, and it does seem like it's kind of attached. So I'll kind of decide what we're going to do with it in the spring. And last but not least, hiding behind the propane, you've already seen my other Kone Aster, the one that I took to get photographed at the trunk sale. So I'm not going to spend too much time on that. There you go. So that is the outdoor bench. Like I said, I only started with all this outdoor stuff in the spring, so I don't have a lot. I have a lot of little stuff. I really don't have any magnificent pieces. Didn't think I was ready for any of that. I didn't want to get something, pay a lot of money and just have it die. So I really wanted to get some experience and just, on some inexpensive material or free material, which I have a few things, we could learn and, go from there.